Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to this video. It's finally time. I'm launching my own Yoga for BJJ program. And on YouTube you will get the first 3 videos for free, here available on the channel. And then if you want the other 4 videos, you have a full 7-day program. You can just check below in the description and get the full 7-day Yoga for BJJ program. The other very exciting thing I want to share with you today is that we're finally launching our own Jiu Jitsu and activewear clothing. So the rash guard I'm wearing right now is our own design. We have our own collection in collaboration with Choke and Chill. We have shorts that you can use for yoga, for Jiu Jitsu, for hiking, surfing, for the gym, all kinds of activities. So all the gear that we have for men and also for women, and of course for everyone else. So different colors, different cuts, whatever fits best for your body. They're not only for Jiu Jitsu. So if you don't train Jiu Jitsu and you think, not for me, no. It's still very good if you're an active person. So you can use them for any kind of activities. The rash guards, the shorts. For women we have the leggings, sports bras, all kinds of new and really exciting stuff. So take a moment if you like. Check the description below if you're interested to see our own collection in collaboration with Choke and Chill. In today's video we will focus on the basics, which is in Jiu-Jitsu the hips. So lots of exercises for hip movements, hip control and hip strength. We will also integrate some animal flow movements in there, as well as some stretches and some mobility training. All you need for this video and for all the Yoga for BJJ videos from this program is just enough space to move. I will not even have my mat, my yoga mat out there, so you can be on a mat space, on a yoga mat, in the grass, on carpet, on wood floor, whatever feels good for you and whatever also feels good for your joints, and laying on your back, being on the knees and so on. So get everything set up and we will begin the practice. Let's start on the back with the knees bent. Put one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. Just take 3 breaths here to arrive. Now we come into a position called happy baby, so you can lift the feet up and then grab behind the knees or grab the outside edges of the feet if accessible for you. So we're taking the time to open up the hip, also to work on external rotation in the hip and lengthen the hamstrings. If you want to come into this variation, you can straighten one leg just a little bit so you feel the sensation at the back side of the right leg, and then straighten the other leg. Doesn't need to be straight, just so that you feel the sensation in the body. Return back to happy baby. Keep the breath going nice and slow throughout the entire video, throughout all the exercises. We want to keep the breath nice and slow. Now it's pretty gentle, but as it will pick up later on and through the other videos, I remind you to stay focused on the breath. That will really help with your Jiu-Jitsu when you roll and train as well. Let's release the feet down. Keep the knees bent. And let's lift the hips up for a bridge pose. Keep a gap between the chin and the chest, and then lower the hips down and lift for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the hips back down. Now we're doing bridge reaches. So we're reaching With the left arm, let's start with that side. We're reaching over to the right shoulder and over the head. So very typical movement we do in our BJJ warm-up and practice, and we're doing 5 each side. So you're lifting the hips and you come onto the right shoulder, reach your left arm over and come back down. Keep the hips lifted, lift them higher up, reach over to the right, to the left. For 3, for 2, and last one each side. Very good. Release the hips down. Let's rock up to a seat. We're doing a few rounds of technical stand-ups. So the right hand comes down, the right leg steps back first, and with the left hand you keep that left arm in front of your face. So from a seat, right hand down, step the right foot back, come up to standing, come back down. Left side. And then step the foot forward, come back down. And we're switching sides. Let's do 2 more each side. Good job on those technical stand-ups. Feel free to do them more, of course, in your own time. They're super helpful, so you really get it into your body and don't have to think about how to stand up from the ground. We will now come into a full squat. And from that full squat, we are doing a backwards roll, and we will lay flat on the belly. From there, do a push-up, and then hop into a squat and do a forward roll. So we will meet again at the front of the mat or the room as we are right now. We will do 5 each side, and with side I mean if we do the right side first, you bring the head to your left shoulder, roll over the right shoulder, lay fully flat on the belly, push up. So I'll show it real quick. So head to the left shoulder, you roll over the right side, fully onto the belly, you do a push up, and you hop into a squat. And now we're coming back forward. So we again the head to the left shoulder, you roll over the right, and we come into a squat. And you will be a little bit to the left, to the right, maybe a little bit off. That's totally fine. And we will do 5 each side. So let's come into a squat position. If a full squat is not accessible, then you need to work a little bit more on the feet and ankle and also hip mobility, which we will do throughout this program. Alright, so head to the left shoulder, roll over the right, on the belly, push up, and hop into a squat. Let's go forward again, over the right shoulder, into a squat. And let's do 4 more. To the belly, nice and slow, push up, to a squat, and roll forward. Try to not use your hand as you come up and back from the squat. Let's do 3 more. Last 2. And last one. At least on this side. Let's do the other side. We're rolling over the left shoulder. You put the ear to the right shoulder and roll over the left back. Push up again, squat, and come forward 5 times. And 2 more. Move nice and slow, controlled. good. And relax. Good job on those rolls, coming to the belly with the push-ups. Keep practicing those if they were very challenging for you right now. I don't expect you to be able to do all the movements in this program, and this is what it's there for as well, to challenge you and to challenge you with new movements so that you can move better and therefore improve your role and improve your jiu-jitsu. We'll continue with more work on the hips. We'll first start with some stretches. Now that we did a little bit of more dynamic work, we're coming into what's called our double pigeon. So you bend the bottom leg a lot and then put the right leg on top. So the right ankle is on top of the left thigh, flex the right foot, and then fold forward. If you want to go deeper into this and you already feel very open, you can bring that bottom foot more forward. And if that's not accessible for you at all to do this kind of position, then you can also elevate the hips and see how that works. So for example, sitting on a pillow or maybe sitting on a block. When you're ready, let's fold forward, and we're staying here for about 5 breaths. Very important to keep the right foot flexed, so it's reaching towards the knee. That way you keep the knee a little bit safer. And in those stretches, there's no need to push or to force yourself deeper into them. Simply focus on the sensation and focus on the breath, the air coming in and out through the nose. Slowly come back up. Let's switch sides. Try to not use your hands. So right foot on the bottom, left leg comes on top. Flex the left foot, the one that's on top, and fold forward and down. And come back up. Release. Very good. Let's come onto our back for figure 4. The left foot is on the ground. The right ankle comes over the left thigh. So similar as the position we just did, but now on the back. Maybe a little bit more accessible for some of you. But there's also a version you can do that's even deeper. So you can now grab behind the left thigh, or you grab the left shin, flex again the foot that's on top, the right foot, and then pull your legs towards your chest. Focus on the breath through the nose and send the breath into the areas in your body where you feel this. For this one, the functionality is the right hip. If you feel it there, enjoy. If you want to go a little bit deeper here, you can bring both arms through, and then you bend both arms. You're kind of loading up the right leg onto the biceps, and then you extend the left leg forward. Keep both feet flexed. This is a lot deeper than the previous 2 versions, but some of you might want to explore this one. If you have any sensation in the knees, then especially the right knee, please back off. Otherwise, we're here for just 2 more breaths. And release. Let's switch sides. Reach through, grab whatever is available for you, pull the legs towards you. If you want to go deeper, bring both arms through, extend the right leg forward. And slowly release wherever you are. Very good. Release the legs down. And let's rock up. I'll move a little bit to the sides. We'll do a few rounds of hip movements, hip escapes, or shrimping. Just 3 times this way and then 3 times the other way. So make sure you have some space. Come onto your back. And then just classical as you would do in Jiu Jitsu. You bring the hands closer together, reach them to the right side, lift the hips, lift the heels, and move the hips away from the hands. Then you come back to center, reset, and other side. Very good. And let's turn around and do 3 more each side. Very good. And let's come back to the center. Now from the seated position, we're coming up to a lunge. So make sure you have a little bit of space. With both feet on the ground, we come up, we bend one leg, point the right foot. In this case, the other foot lands and you try to lift the hips up without using the hands. Then once you're here, you come onto the right toes, lift the hips up high, and then you bring that foot in again and come back down. Let's do 4 more, or let's actually do 5 total altogether. The first one was just to show you. So from here, you bring the right foot down, right knee down, try to not use your hands and come up. Once you're up, come onto the right foot as well, and you bring the right foot back. Bring it back in, point the right foot, come back down. Let's do 4 more. Nice and slow. If you have to use your hands, of course, go for it. You can also use a little bit of momentum if you're just in between using the hands and not using the hands. You can use a tiny bit of momentum. Last one. Very good. Let's switch sides. The right foot lands down. The left foot is pointed. The left knee comes down. This is why we work so much on the hips, so you can really bring that knee down. And because if the knee is of course up here, because your hips are super tight, it's almost impossible to do and to come up, and you have to lean a lot more to the side. So keep working on this video today with all the basics to open up the hips. Let's do 5 reps on this side. Keep that breath nice and slow. As you come up, try to keep looking forward. Last 2. Now last 1. And come back down. Let's come onto all 4s into tabletop. Come onto your toes as well. Slide the hands back. Let's do a quick wrist warm-up, a quick work for the wrist mobility. With the arms straight, you lean forward with the shoulders and come back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lean back, internally rotate the hands, and again rock forward and back 5 times. We're doing soon some animal flow and we will be on our hands a bit more. It's super important to warm up the wrists, the hands, before you put any weight on them. I also do that in all the yoga classes I teach. There's always a wrist warm up. Lean back, externally rotate the hands, and forward and back 5 times. And of course, with those wrist locks, it's better to have mobile wrists. Even if you still will tap, hopefully there's a little bit more room before you do so, and also just helps not get injured right away. Lean back, and now the fingertips are pointing towards the knees. Lean back, stretch out the forearms, the hands, the fingers. If you want, you can bend one arm than the other. And that's in general my philosophy. If you have more range of motion, more mobility, more flexibility, more strength in kind of weird positions. It just helps you to not get injured right away, because you have this little bit more range of motion that your body can buffer basically and support you, and you don't get injured right away. So the whole practice is not just to improve your jiu-jitsu, but to also help you stay out of injuries. Very good. Check out the hands. And let's come into our tabletop. We're coming onto all fours. So the shoulders are over the wrists, hips above the knees, untuck the toes. Really nice practice now for the spine. We're moving between cat pose and cow pose. So between flexing the spine and extending the spine. But we do this super slow, and we really try to move every single vertebrae and every single little piece of the spine. It's very challenging, it's very slow, and we're just doing 3 rounds. But I highly recommend you do this every single day to keep the spine healthy. So we start in flexion of the spine. So cat pose. You start to, from the hips upwards, start to untuck the tailbone, slowly making a wave form coming up. Then when you're ready, look forward. And then from the hips again, you initiate it, slowly moving up. And then 2 more just like that. And back. 1 more round. Very good. And relax. Come to a seated position. Let's come back to our tabletop position. And you can look first. We're doing some side kick-throughs. So from this tabletop, on the toes, you lift the knees up. So you're using a lot more strength in the upper body. Push the ground away. Keep pressing into the inside part of your hands. From there, you lift the right leg and the left hand. Rotate with the left foot and kick the right leg through. And then we're switching sides through that tabletop position to the left. So feel free to join me when you're ready. We're kicking to the right and we're kicking to the left. And let's do 5 more each side. Move nice and slow. You lift the heels every time you need to move. So as you now transition, you lift the heel, so you're only on the bottom of the foot, kick through, pick up the pace a little bit. Last 2 each side. And last one. And relax. So the sequence in which you exercise or execute the movement is really important. Never keep the heel on the ground and then start to rotate, kind of like this, because it's all going into the knee. So you always want to lift the heel up, and then you can rotate nicely here. And that's also important to remember for the next movements throughout the whole program. The next one is going to be very similar, also kick-throughs, but not to the side, also not fully forward, but more of a 45-degree angle to the front and side. I'll demo it first. We are again starting in a tabletop, and from there we're kicking through and forward, come back, forward, back. So you reach the leg a lot more forward, but it's the very same principle as before with the kicking to the sides. So let's come into the starting position, the tabletop position. And then you can kick the right leg forward and through, back, left leg. So you need a little bit more openness here in the hips. Let's do 3 more. Last 2 each side. Last one. And relax. Beautiful work. Now we're doing the whole thing we just did with the 45-degree kick throughs, but we're doing that as we're moving forward as well. So I'll show it for you. We're doing a little hop forward and then we kick through. You're slowly moving forward with those 45-degree kick throughs. So it's the same as we just did, same principle, same movement, but now you're focusing on actually moving forward as you kick right and left. Let's start in a tabletop position. Make sure you have some space to go forward. We start with the right leg, so you lift the left hand and the right leg to do a kick through. And then you do a little hop forward, land the right foot, kick the left leg through. And reset. Let's do one more round going back, just so that you have a little bit more practice. And this is a nice one to really bring up the heart rate and the breath and do a little bit of cardio with all this strength and movement. Let's start with the left side. Land the left foot, kick the right leg through. And relax. Beautiful work. So a lot of content in this first video already, and I do not expect you to get all the movements down right away. So take the time to practice, repeat, maybe pause the video now and just do the exercises again. Couple more rounds forward with the kick throughs, switch, and then go back. And if you don't have much space, as I have here right now, then just do 2 kicks and then turn around and do 2 kicks. So you don't need that much space, just have to make the space you have work for this exercise. I'll guide you now through a short animal flow. Animal flow, if you're not familiar with it, is a practice where you're mostly on all fours. So a quadruped practice on both hands, both feet. And it's very dynamic, very playful, and it's there to bring out the human animal and to play a bit more, go with the flow. It has lots of animal elements from strength. You need lots of control for it. And since you're so much on the hands, it's also quite wrist heavy. So really good to get the wrist strong and get you that full body control that you will also then need and use for your BJJ training, practice, rolling. So it's another really great tool to integrate in addition to your BJJ training, just like yoga, just like breathwork, just like meditation and all the other things that are out there. Animal flow is just another one that's a bit more dynamic, but will really, really help you. I will guide you through everything, but first I will show you the flow that we're about to do, so you can just relax, and then I will break everything down and we'll go together through that flow a few times each side. So you can watch first. Great, so this is the flow. We're doing some kick throughs as you practiced already earlier, and we'll also do a little bit more back bending with those crab reaches. We will start in a position called loaded beast, which is similar to child's pose in yoga. You set the knees down, stay on the toes, and then lift the knees up. You push the ground away. Open the knees up a bit more to the side. This one is called loaded beast. And we from there unload, so to say in animal flow language, and you move forward to beast. So this position that we did earlier, where you then start to do the side kick throughs. So from here, we're doing a right leg side kick through to the left side. Then you switch kick through, left leg side kick through to the other side. So far, so good. We now return to that beast position, but you now, or to this tabletop position, but you now switch the legs. So you're on the left foot and the right foot is lifted. Lift the left hand, right leg under switch. So you bring that leg through and under, land both feet. So you're in this three-pointed crab position. The left hand, left arm is in front of your chest. You then engage the glutes, lift the hips up. Keep looking to the ceiling. If available, reach the left arm up and over the head. If you can, look down to the right hand. Glutes are engaged. Lift the hips up high. Slowly release on your exhale into this three-pointed crab position again. Then you lift both heels. Bring the right leg under and back to loaded beast. Very good. So let's do this on the other side. And then we do 2 more each side. From loaded beast, we unload for beast. Left leg side kick through to the right. Right leg side kick through to the left side. You then pull the foot out, left hand down, little hop. So you switch the feet, left leg under switch, land the left foot for three-pointed crab. Right arm in front of you. Lift the hips up. If available, arm over the head. Look down to the left hand. Keep the breath going and lower back down. Now lift both heels up. Lift the left foot. Bring it underneath. We're landing back in loaded beast. Very good. And relax. So it really helps to look at this flow in slow motion. Maybe go back. If you want to look at certain parts again. The sequencing is really important. So in what order lifts the heel, lifts the hand, bring the leg through, and so on. So take your time to revisit this. We will do it now 2 more times each side. The next round for both sides I will again explain a bit more, or the same amount. And for the last and final round I will not explain much and just call out the movements. So let's come into loaded beast. Unload to beast pose. Right leg side kick through. Point the right foot. Externally rotate the thigh. Now left leg side kick through. Pull the foot out. Land the right hand, switch the feet. Right leg under switch. Land the foot for three-pointed crab. Right arm is straight. Push the ground away. Lift the hips. Reach the left arm over. Left arm crab reach. Lower down. Lift both heels. Right foot under switch. Back to loaded beast. Unload, come forward. Left leg side kick through. Right leg side kick through. Pull the foot back, hand down, switch the feet. Left leg under switch. Three-pointed crab. Lift the hips up. Reach the right arm up and over the head. Push the ground away with your left hand, engage the glutes. Lower the hips back down. Lift both heels first. Lift the left foot, bring it underneath. And back to loaded beast. And now the last and final round. just calling out the poses. Set loaded beast, we start here. Beast, move forward, right leg, side kick through, left leg, side kick through. Left leg under switch to three-pointed crab. Left arm crab reach. Lower back down. Right leg under switch to loaded beast. Other side, unload to beast pose. Left leg side kick through. Right leg side kick through. Transition to left leg under switch to three-pointed crab. Inhale, right arm crab reach. Exhale, return to three-pointed crab. Left leg under switch to loaded beast. Very good. Beautiful work. Keep repeating this flow if you want, but there will be more opportunities to do more animal flow throughout this program. I integrated a lot of really fun flows into this whole program, so there will be more for you to practice. Let's come into a seated straddle forward fold. You bring the legs wide apart. Flex the feet so that the toes are pointing towards you. If you already know you cannot fold forward at all, then elevate the hips. Sit on some rolled up towels, some blankets, some blocks, some pillows. Oftentimes that opens up a bit more range of motion because you change the angle of this position. When you're ready, walk the hands forward. And we're just here for about 5 breaths. Just go as low as you can, as low as it feels good. We're looking for stretching sensation in the back side of the legs and also in the lower back. So if you feel it anywhere there, send the breath there, relax, it's all good. And push yourself back up. Use your hands underneath your knees to help bend them. Bring the knees back together. And we're transitioning into a low lunge, the left leg forward. Right knee on the ground. You can stay on the right toes, or you can also untuck the right toes if you want. Send the hips forward and down. Keep the tailbone tucked. So you're lengthening the back line to open up the right side of the hip, the front side of the hip. Send your breath into that area. And then from here we do some bouncing movements. We move the hips forward and back, and we're doing just about 20 of those bounces. They're kind of fast in the pace. So the pace is kind of like this. 20, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. Stop bouncing. Last 2-3 breaths here. And release. Let's switch sides. Step the right foot forward. Low lunge. Just a couple of breaths here to open up the left front hip. Lengthen the tailbone down. Send the hips forward and down. And breathe into this left front side. Now we start to bounce again, 20 of those bounces. We're sending the hips forward consciously with our effort, and then the body will pull you back out of it. The fascia tissues, the connective tissue will pull you back out of this pose, and then we're going back in. We're doing 20 of those. Find your rhythm, find a good rhythm, and know it's kind of fast. So start to bounce, find that rhythm. 20, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release back to low lunge, and just for 3 more breaths, we're staying here to open up the front. Breathe into it. And slowly release, step the right foot back, and come back to a seated position, sitting on the heels. Now that we open up the front side of the body a bit more, the front side of the hips, let's also open up the hamstrings and the back side of the legs. So for that, we're coming into a half splits position. So you're again on the knees, step 1 foot forward, and then you straighten that leg. We bring the fingertips to the ground. You can also, if the ground is too far away, use some blocks here to help with the reach. Flex the left foot, lengthen through the spine, take a deep breath in. Exhale, fold forward and down over your left leg. Gently pull the left hip back. Breathe into the sensation. Again, we're targeting, and the function of this is to lengthen the left side at the back side of the left leg. You can also see how it feels when you rotate the left foot to the left and then fold down and rotate to the right, fold down, and just do what feels good. You can keep moving, you can keep it static and just stay in the stretch. The most important thing is that you keep breathing nice and slow. Let's slowly rise back up. Keep the legs as they are, reinterlace or bring the hands behind your head. So you can just touch with the fingers behind the head. And we're now, for 5 times, reaching the right elbow towards the left foot. So it's a balancing challenge, and also we're very actively lengthening the back side of the left leg. So we're going for 5 times, reach forward, the right elbow towards the left toes, just coming close to it, as close as you can, and then come back up. 4 more. Last 2. Last 1. And rise back up. Very good. Let's switch sides. Step the left foot back. Step the right foot forward. Straighten the right leg. Lean forward, fingertips down on the ground, or maybe on blocks. When you're ready, lengthen through the spine. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward and down. Consider rotating the right foot to the right, to the left. Notice how this feels in your body, what's changing as you're moving. And then stay in that position more that feels good, or that position that provides a good challenge for you. Let's rise back up. Keep the legs as they are. And usually one side is more challenging than the other. For me, this one is a bit more challenging. So you will feel it and figure it out for yourself. We're doing the same thing. Fingertips behind your head. Keep the spine nice and long. We're reaching the left elbow to the right foot. Lean forward and reach the elbow towards the foot. Come back up, and we do 4 more. Especially on these mats, it's super wobbly, so if you're on a more firm ground, it's a bit easier. So for me, the extra challenge today. 2 more. Last one. Very good. And release. And let's come up to a standing position. In yoga, we call this goddess. Your wide stance. Start to lower the hips down. Make sure the thighs are going in the same direction as the feet. Bring the hands to the heart. Tuck the tailbone so you're not arching your back. We're not in a back bend, and we're here for a minute to finish up. If you want, you can close your eyes. Notice the breath, how the air is coming in and out, how it's flowing into you, through you. Notice the feet, the legs, the thighs, whatever is working. And especially when things get challenging, can you relax a little bit more into it and feel and focus more on the breath. Last 20 seconds. Let's take one more deep breath in. Exhale, straighten the legs, blink open the eyes, and come down to a seated position. Sit on the heels or cross-legged, whatever feels best for you. And we're just finishing up the practice today with 5 deep breaths together. Take a deep breath in through the nose, fill the lungs all the way up. Open mouth, let it go. Take 2 more just like that. One more. And the last 2, we do a 2-part breath. So first inhale, inhale more. Open mouth, let it go. Last one, inhale, inhale more. Open mouth, let it go. Beautiful work today. Thank you for showing up, for allowing me to share my practice with you. And I'll see you in the next video. With love and gratitude.